Field, Sam O'Leary, Peyton Meyer, and Kobe Madsen for the Vikings. Head coach Kerry Michaels for the Cougars. It's Vic Herbst. And Mayer is on, and we are set to go here for boys baseball at Riverside. Sun has kind of gone away, giving way to mostly cloudy skies, but we still have a decent temperature and good enough to play ball as Mayer kicks, fires, and we are underway with a strike taken by Eric Hughes.
Mayer, the lefty, out on the mound, and he stands pretty tall there.
Yes, he does. Mayer had 0-1 on Hughes already coming back. That's a outside pitch and popping away from Klukas momentarily, and it's even now at a ball and a strike. Starting a little early as we normally do.
The breaking news coming out is the Zion Williamson's going to the NBA draft.
That's breaking.
That's a shocker. Right?
Okay. 1-1 pitch, curveball, just outside. Tried the corner and just missed it, and now Hughes ahead in the count at 2-1. Not a whole lot of crowd today due to Janesville being on spring break. There's a little soft fly into shallow right, dropping in front of Kobe Madsen, and Hughes aboard with a base hit, and Craig in business with a leadoff runner on here in the top half of the first inning, and that'll bring up Clark Schmaling, the catcher.
And we'll get a chance to see right away Craig on the base pass.
Yep.
Kerry Michaels said it right there in the pregame show. The Cougars ran wild on Parker the other day, and you would think they would like to test him again early. Now, you got a lefty on the mound, so that maybe will help hold the runners a little bit better.
Mayer, quick throw over there before even an opening pitch to Schmaling.
But, yeah, not the typical crowd that you usually see for a Parker Craig baseball game with everybody kind of out of town on vacation. And don't smell those grills down the line or anything like that.
That one high on Schmaling, and it's 1-0 on the Cougar catcher. Runner at first, nobody out. Top half of the first down here at Riverside. And as Mr. Euchre likes to say, plenty of room for you.
Yeah. Good seats still available.
You're right. 1-0 pitch. That is a ball. So it's 2-0 now on Schmaling. Dan Blomgren will bat next. Supposed to have a Parker LaFollette matchup on Thursday. Quick pitch by Mayer, and that's a fly to right. Tracking and on it and making the catch is Madsen. Tagging and going to second with no throw coming in is Hughes. So Schmaling advances Hughes to second, and there is one out, and the batter will be Dan Blomgren.
Two good heads-up plays there, one from each team, I thought. Madsen, good job out there in right to track that going into foul ground, and Hughes being heads up to be able to tag and know that Madsen was kind of racing away from him and wouldn't be able to whirl around and throw him out.
So one down for the shortstop, Dan Blomgren. Nobody holding him, and Mayer comes to the plate. That one floats away from him, and it's high for a ball. 1-0. And one down. Mike Overly will bat next. We'll give you the Parker batting order right before the Vikings bat in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 pitch coming up from Mayer. And here it is. Swung on and hit just inside the first baseline, right down the line. It's going to be at least a double. Craig's going to be on the board, 1-0, and Blomgren with an RBI double just inside the bag. Couldn't have been more than 3 or 4 inches. Wow. So Hughes comes in to score. It's 1-0 on an RBI double by Dan Blomgren, and Craig with an early lead and still one out for Micah Overly, the cleanup hitter.
Been so good in the first inning all year long, and even the other day when they didn't rack up the runs until late, they had 2 in the first inning in that one. When you build these early leads, it really kind of just deflates the other team from the get-go.
So Overly stepping in against Mayer. First one high, about the chin level, and for a ball. 1-0 early, Janesville Craig. And we are 4 batters into the ball game. So early success for the Cougars. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the parking lot over the third base dugout. And it is now a ball and a strike on Overly at third base. Usually when you have the Blomgren-Keelan combination at short and third, Overlay's over at first. Or he's on the mound.
Yeah, or he can DH.
1-1 pitch, nice. That floats over there for a strike, and it's 1-2. But now Micah over at third with Keelan pitching. And your normal second baseman, Hessling, is out of the batting order. 1-2 the count to Overley. And here it is from Mayer. Swung on, hit to second. Down on it is Dylan King. Trouble a little bit, throws to first, and dug out nicely by Jared Emerson. And they get the out with Blomgren advancing to third base. Quick play for Dylan King, who misplayed it just briefly, and then a quick throw right at the feet of Emerson, but he dug that for out number 2.
Maybe got to realize you have a little more time, even though you bobbled it. Overly's not the fastest guy out there, so but they got it done.
Nice to take your time. Still 1-0. Runner at third now for Tresson Kussmaul, the left fielder. And 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Mayer. Swung on and fouled right at home plate, and 0-1 the count. Two down here in the top half of the first. Craig with a 1-0 lead. The wind's starting to kick up. Blown out to center, it looks like. Bunt laid down third base side. Run's going to score. Runner's going to reach. And it's 2-0 in favor of Janesville Craig, as John Simons was way back and could not get to that one, but that was a perfect bunt by Tresson Kussmaul.
Yeah, I don't, with 2 outs, you're not obviously calling a suicide or something like that, but Craig does have a play where they kind of call it from the dugout. If they see that the third baseman is back, they ask him to bunt, and they didn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they called that one out to him, or he could have recognized it himself.
Right.
Perfect bunt. 3
hits in the inning. Throw over to first, and the runner is back. Is Kussmaul. So 3 hits, 2 runs for the Cougars. And right now a runner on first is Kussmaul. And Ryan Herbst is the batter, the designated hitter. Mayer on the mound and comes to the plate. Runner goes, throw down, looks good, but the runner is out. Good throw from Brent Klukas. Casey Stone took it, and they gunned down Kussmaul at second. So Cougars strike for 2. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left. Half of inning complete here at Riverside, but Craig with the 2-0 lead. Parker. Josh Goldberg and Eric Schmolt, that is, back at Veterans Field for the bottom half of inning number 1. The Vikings starting lineup for head coach Kerry Michaels. Peyton Meyer, the center fielder, will lead off. The shortstop, Casey Stone, will hit second. The third batter will be Jared Emerson. He's over at first. Cav Mayer, the pitcher, is in the 4th spot. Batting 5th is Kobe Madsen. He's in right field. The left fielder, Sam O'Leary, will hit 6th. Dylan King will bat 7th. He's playing second base. Brent Klukas, the catcher, will hit 8th. And in the 9th spot, John Simons over at third base. Craig has Keelan on the mound, Schmaling doing the catching. Mike Overlay is at third, Dan Blomgren at short, Jacob Hessling at second, and Connor Clark gets the start at first base. Left to right field, Tresson Kussmaul, Eric Hughes, and Tegan Christensen. And Meyer steps in for the Vikings. And Keelan's first offering is outside a ball.
Couldn't ask for a better start for Keelan.
Yeah.
If you're going to put your freshman out there in
Getting
a crosstown game and you give him a 2-run lead before he even has to throw his first pitch.
1-0 pitch, a bunt down the first base side. Keelan's going to have to hustle, and he's safe. Connor Clark broke for that ball late, and Keelan didn't get over there and cover in time. And Peyton Meyer with a bunt up along the first base line for the first Parker hit, and each team has now had their leadoff man aboard.
Just a really good bunt. I mean,
yep.
Even if both players could read each other's minds to know which one was going to go for that ball, I'm not sure they get there in time to really get it done anyway, and just pushed it right up the line and ran along with it.
Here's Casey Stone. And the first offering from Keelan is way outside, bringing Schmaling out of his crouch. And it's 1-0 to Stone, the shortstop, who we've seen play second base and do a little pitching as well. Played some third last year for the Vikings. Stone ahead in the count, 1-0. And calls time briefly. Now he's back in. Keelan checks the runner at first and comes to the plate out of the stretch. That's in the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. Count is even on Stone. Jared Emerson will hit next. Nobody out, runner on first for Parker, and it's 2-0 Janesville Craig.
Stone's got the open stance going up.
Yes, he does. There's a swing and a fly ball foul right side over the first base dugout. And it's 1-2 now on Stone.
You know what I miss watching Parker this year is we
Tell
don't
me.
see Cade Bowman, when he used to get in there with his back foot and clear out the entire batter's box.
And then they'd have to just retrench that.
I'm sure Bob Schenk doesn't miss that one
Right.
very much.
1-2 the count. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. 2-2 on Stone. I forgot about that. Bowman would just come in and just it's like he was digging an irrigation system. Just clear it out. 2-2 it is. And here's the pitch to Stone. Swung on and fouled right field side again.
Good pitch there. He's trying to work the outside.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Supposed to have Parker and LaFollette on Thursday here on WCLO, but they're going to try and play 2 in Madison tomorrow. And they're thinking they can get it done. So that would axe our broadcast. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fly to left. Deep. Back on it is Cussmall, but he gets under it and makes the catch. And the throw coming into second with no tag. And there is one out.
Pretty good swing on that one.
Yes, it was. So a fly to left for Stone, and that will bring up Jared Emerson, the first baseman, with one out. But I think our Thursday broadcast would have been axed anyway.
Right. Yeah. We were
due to the bad
sitting
weather
down here and some rain.
Yep.
A little bit of everything this time of year.
I couldn't believe the amount of snow we got yesterday.
It didn't stop.
No. Here's the opening pitch, way outside from Keelan.
Like we were talking about before we came on, though, it sounds like some other folks got hit harder because there's games that aren't being played over east of here.
Did you watch any of the radar yesterday when the stuff was happening?
Not really.
It's like we were just on the edge of it, and it was just going like north to south, and it would not just leave us alone. 1-0, smacked into right field, a base hit between second and first. Runner will hold at second as the throw comes on, and a nice piece of hitting from Jared Emerson, and a solid hit, Parker's second hit of the day, and runners on first and second now for Cav Mayer, the pitcher, and one out.
3 batters in. They've already matched their hit total from the other day, and they've got a runner to second, which they never had the other day. So good start for the Vikings.
Yep. So here's Mayer facing his counterpart Keelan for today. 2 on for the Vikings and 1 out. Parker yet to record a victory in the Big 8 so far. Cougars are unbeaten. And the opening pitch is over for a ball. Maybe a little bit down low. 1-0 the count to Mayer. Kobe Madsen is in the on-deck circle. We'll join Brewers and Cardinals in progress. Hopefully get you close to the beginning of that game. 1-0 pitch. Hit back up the middle. Bouncer over Keelan. Snagged by Hessling. He gets the out at second. And there will be 2 down. Runners advance to third. And on to first is Mayer. So a fielder's choice for Cav Mayer. And there's 2 down now for Madsen.
Kind of an awkward chopper there. Hessling, once it finally got out to him because it bounced high over Keelan's head, kind of snagged it along the ground and just touched second base with his glove.
So Mayer goes to third. Mayer is at first. Mayer and Mayer. And
I'll let you keep that straight.
Thank you for that. And now here's Kobe Madsen with 2 down. As Madsen steps in, awaiting the first pitch from Keelan. And here it is. Chopper to second. Hessling has it, and a easy throw to first, and the side is retired. So no damage for the Cougars, but Parker strands a couple of runners. No runs, 2 hits, no errors in the inning, but 2 men left on. As we are 1 complete here at Riverside. Top of the second coming up, Janesville Craig 2, Parker nothing. Josh Goldberg and Eric Schmolt at Veterans Field. As things have turned cloudy, temperature's still all right. Wind not terrible. It's not like it was on Saturday here. Good grief. That was cold.
I listened to most of that one.
Yeah.
It was No, there were some troubles with
Yep.
some of the
Oh man, no
some
disrespect.
props.
That was a little bit of a sideshow. Not gonna lie. So here's Ryan Herbst. He got in there only to see Tresson Kussmaul cut down trying to steal second. So he gets a fresh count to start the top of the second. The 6, 7, 8 spots due up for the Cougars, and Mayer's first pitch comes over for a strike taken by Herbst, and it's 0-1.
Most of the coaches wearing their best Craig Counsell hooded sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Today.
Here's the second pitch, and it's grounded foul towards the Parker dugout. Craig in the gray uniforms
I like
with
that.
blue lettering and white accents. Most of the Cougars have the stirrup look going, which I was always a fan of. Striped socks. 0-2 to Herbst. Here's Mayer. Outside corner, strike 3 called, and Herbst is caught looking. And first strikeout for Mayer. And first out in the inning as the batter will be Gavin Keelan. Parker in the whites with green lettering and black accent, yellow accents, I should say. None of the Vikings have any stirrups, it looks like. They all have the ankle socks. Here's the first pitch, way high on Keelan. Connor Clark to follow. One out here in the top of the second. One 0 pitch in there for a ball. Maybe a little bit low.
When we were in Little League, we got like issued stirrups, right?
We got the choice.
You did?
Too.
Right.
Because you could do the striped deals here. Here's the pitch. Striped socks. There's a strike. And it's 2-1. Or you had the plain stirrup that hooked around your heel.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Which always amused me when it would slip outside of the foot of the guys and it would just bang on their shins as they would run, so it like wasn't even under their foot. Keelan smacks one to first, and it's right at Jared Emerson, who doesn't have to move. So a line drive out from Keelan over to Emerson, and there is quickly 2 up and 2 down.
And of course, like half the guys didn't even know how to like wear them or put them on.
No.
So that was like they were running like that before the game.
That's
started.
true, and some of them had them like, you know, they pulled their pants up so there was maybe an inch of stirrup. Otherwise, other guys were at their knees, so there was like a foot. It was just all different. And then there were some guys that had way oversized pants that it came under their shoes on their heels.
The good old days.
Oh, man. There's a ground ball to second. Dylan King stays down on it, throw over to Emerson, and that is the way the side is retired. 1, 2, 3, go the Cougars. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left as we go to the bottom of the second. And a Cougar 2-0 lead. Vikings coming to bat. Josh and Eric back at Veterans Field. Bottom of the second. Craig and Parker boys baseball, and the Cougars with a 2-0 lead. Vikings had some base runners last inning. Couldn't send anybody across. Sam O'Leary, the left fielder, will bat, followed by Dylan King and then Brent Klukas. 6, 7, 8 spots due up this inning for the Vikings. Speaking of Little League, you want to sell some candy bars?
It's got a whole box.
First pitch, swung on, hit to short. Blomgren has it. Throw over to first and Clark. And O'Leary is retired. And 1 pitch, 1 out for the Cougars and Keelan here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Parker did exactly what we said they needed to do in the first inning and put some pressure on Keelan, but he responded well and found a way to get out of the inning.
So here's Dylan King, the second baseman. And the pitch. 0-1 the count as Keelan gets a strike. Here's the windup and the offering. Swung on, popped up. Shallow right. Calling for it is the second baseman, Hessling, and he's got it. As Christensen came a long way, you could have made that play, maybe even Clark as well, but there's 2 up and 2 down as King is retired.
Yeah, good call off by Hessling because Clark it looked like he maybe was going to get there, but he was kind of taking an awkward track because as the first baseman, you're kind of just backpedaling.
So 2 down for Klukas, the catcher. And the first Pitch from Keelan is down low for a ball. 1-0 the count, 2 down already with John Simons on deck looking for a chance. There's another open stance for the Vikings. Wind up, and here's the pitch. Outside and low for a 2-0 count on Klukas. Here's Keelan's next pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-1.
Could go 1-2-3, 1-2-3. We'd have about a 5-minute second inning.
I was kind of thinking about that, but Parker obviously would like to have something to say. Wind up from Keelan, here it is. Swing and another miss, and it's 2-2 now on the Parker catcher, Brent Klukas. 2 down. We're in the bottom of the second. Craig with 2 runs in the top half of the first for the lead. And the wind-up, Keelan comes to the plate. Swing and a miss again, and we get a strike. Out for Klukas. 1-2-3. Both teams in the top and bottom half of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. 2 complete. 2-0. Cougars over the Vikings. Boys baseball down here at Riverside as Brent Klukas is getting the gear on. Mayer finishing his warm-up pitches. We're already in the top of the third, and it's 2-0 in favor of Janesville Craig.
Good start for the Bucks last night.
Yeah, you think? What, were they up by 40-something at one point?
By the halftime, maybe?
Yikes. Standings in the Big 8 so far for boys baseball. The Cougars are 4-0. Madison West is 2-0. Sun Prairie and Middleton both at 3-1. Madison Memorial at 2-1. Verona at 3-2. La Follette next at 1-3. The Vikings play them this week. Madison East is 0-2. Parker 0-3. And Beloit Memorial is 0-5. So the first batter for the Cougars will be Tegan Christensen, the right fielder. Mayer starts them off with an outside pitch on the corner, and it's good for a strike. You had mentioned this is a pretty competitive week for the Cougars.
Yeah.
Home and away for Sun Prairie, and then a road match at Burlington on Saturday. 0-1 pitch to Christensen, a little bit too far outside, and it's even now at a ball and a strike.
The most recent state rankings came out today. Craig was up to number 2.
Okay.
I think Burlington, I want to say they're 8 or 9, somewhere in there, and Sun Prairie was receiving votes.
1-1 pitch from Mayer on Christensen. That's shallow right field, and not going to be able to get it is Kobe Madsen, and the Cougars with a lead runner aboard as Christensen singles to right.
Yeah, and that's a little...
Back to the top of the order.
Somebody probably has to be telling him he doesn't need to be out there that deep on that.
That's twice.
That's the 9-hitter for, Tegan Christensen is a good athlete, and he can hit the ball, but he's probably not going to hit it that far the opposite direction. And he gave himself way too far to have to come in on that ball.
So a base hit for the Cougars. That is their 4th. Check over on Christensen at first. He's back. Parker's schedule, they're going to play a makeup game. Well, they were going to play a makeup game with Sun Prairie. I think that's been moved to Wednesday. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. And then they've got La Follette scheduled Tuesday and Thursday with another match, another game against Milton scheduled for Friday. So busy week for the Vikings, but in the back half of the week doesn't look like we're going to get much accomplished.
I just loved it. I was looking at the schedule. Obviously, if you're an athlete playing spring sports, you don't really go on spring break.
I never did.
Most of them don't,
Nope.
But you call it spring break, and like all the baseball and softball teams for Craig and Parker each have at least 4 games scheduled this week.
And it doesn't look like we're going to get to play very many of them. 0-1 the count as Eric Hughes is in there, back to the top of the order for the Cougars. Mayer started him off with a strike. And check on first and Christensen, he's back. Clark Schmaling is on deck. Nobody out, lead runner aboard for the Cougars. Craig has tried. There goes Christensen, and throw down by Klukas is going to be late. Tegan in there with a stolen base. Craig stole how many bases?
I think it was 9.
Okay, on Tuesday last week.
3 guys had 2.
Yes, that is. I do remember that.
Strike. 0-2, I think it is.
0-2 the count. Correct. So Hughes back in there. Mayer back on the bump. And an 0-2 count, Christensen over at second. Nobody holding him. Mayer to the plate, and a check swing, but He went around, might have been a foul tip into the catcher's mitt, and it's a strikeout as Hughes goes down swinging. So there is one down, and Clark Schmaling will be the batter. Christensen stays at second base. Schmaling with a fly to right that was caught in foul territory in the opening inning.
2 strikeouts for Mayer here early on.
Yep. One last inning.
He's pitched pretty well.
Yes.
Thrown a lot of strikes, which is what, I mean, there were a lot of walks the other game for Craig, and they're not putting the free runners on right now.
Mayer's first offering, a grounder to third. Simons has it on the short hop. High throw, but plenty of time for it to come down to a tall Jared Emerson, and Schmaling is gone. Christensen advances on the throw, and he will take third, but there's 2 outs now for Dan Blomgren, the shortstop.
Now batting number 1, Dan Blomgren.
Bit of a defensive swing there, I thought. And if you're swinging on a fresh count,
yeah,
you'd like to get a little better piece of the ball there.
So 2 down for Blomgren,
who hasn't had any problem getting a good piece of the ball
No.
here early in the season.
He had a double right inside the line over at first. Here's the opening pitch from Mayer. Swings and in off the handle, fouls one right field. And it's 0-1. He has a run batted in and has also scored Craig's second run.
And he's really done a good job here early in the season going the other way. He had a triple, I think, last week against Parker down into the gap in right field. He had an almost triple in that game as well on a slicer down the line.
There's one right back up the middle. Stone has it at shortstop, and the throw in the dirt. Emerson can't pick it. Christensen scores from third, and it's 3-0 in favor of Janesville Craig, and the inning continues for the Cougars. Got to give Stone an error on that low throw.
Good throw gets him.
So an error will be assessed to Stone, and it's 3-0 with Blomgren aboard, and Craig with a run in the inning. And the batter will be Micah Overlay. And a ball down low and inside. Overlay, a grounder to third, or I should say grounder to second in the first inning. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, and Blomgren's going to be in there safely with another stolen base for the Cougars. And now runner in scoring position for Overlay. 1-1 count.
Now they're getting the runners going.
Yep.
Really, Blomgren's the only one that's hit the ball real hard.
Yes.
On that one down the line.
Right. There's been a couple shots right at guys. 2 down, 1-1 count for Overlay. That one drops low and outside for a 2-1 count on the Cougar third baseman. Tresson Kussmaul due next. A couple of stolen bases in the inning. First 2 for Craig in this ball game, and the Cougars add to their total. It's 3-0 Cougars. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, hit foul, off his foot or his ankle, and rolls towards the first base dugout. That looked like it hurt.
Luckily, he wears a guard down there.
Oh, yeah, he does.
So I think it might have gone right off of that.
Okay. Man, fouling that off inside your ankle bone. Whew. No thanks. 2-2 the count to Micah Overlay. Mayer checks the runner. Blomgren, who had broken for third, here's the pitch. Floats one over. Bouncer to second. King has to charge. He's got it. Quick throw to Emerson, and the side is retired. So 1 run for the Cougars in the inning on 1 hit, 1 error, and they leave 1 stranded. We're through 2.5 here at Riverside. Craig now increases the lead. It's 3-0 Cougars.
Now batting, number 18, John Simon.
Yeah. Huh. I know. That's good.
And every minute of it. Well, they remove their cell phones, but they can't call me.
Where?
You know they were playing.
Oh, SeaWorld? Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no. They'd be fine there or any of those things. Six Flags or, yeah, you do.
Now batting number 5, Peyton Meyer.
Yeah. No, there's the Six Flags too. There's the Six Flags in San Antonio. I've been there. Fiesta, Texas, it's called. No. Yeah, just look it up. They can.
Now batting number 7, Casey Stone.
Yeah. She should do fine. She drives in Madison. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm doing good. Yeah, somewhat. I'm gonna let you go though, cause my neck's gonna be cramped trying to film and do this.
Batting number 8, Eric Emerson.
Call me later. Okay. Bye. He said the boys are in the ocean, and Paige is at the hot tub at the hotel.
This is the last night they're doing at the hotel, though, right?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah. So they stayed there last night, or no? Wait.
Now batting number 11, Preston Tuckmall.
Nice pitch. Nice pitch. There it is.
Now batting DH number 10, Ryan Herbst.
Hey. They're over there.
I saw.
Oh,
No, I saw.
yeah.
I saw all of them, but sometimes they sit over.
Oh, sit over. Yeah. I saw you get out. I thought you were wearing shorts again.
Oh.
No, you're gonna freeze.
I need my boots.
Are you gonna be running that crazy leg?
Oh yeah, it is that day, isn't it? I could do both. I'd run it. I'd run it today. Running 5 miles.
You're like,
I think it'd get better. Start to loosen up as I ramp, huh? Or get worse. I forgot that could happen too. I just need to drink more water. Not stand here for 2 hours a day.
where are you at? Here.
Now batting number
I
12,
haven't filmed
Gavin
anywhere but
Keelan.
I know, it's so funny.
I know.
You must be here tomorrow, but not Thursday.
Yeah, well, they're actually away today,
Yeah.
but what's the weather like tomorrow?
Nice and, well, cloudy, but like 60.
Really?
Now batting number 14, Connor Clark.
Maybe it's because I stand like
Yeah,
Kinda
you're
an
sure you're,
angle.
like, twisting your leg off.
Uh-huh.
Now batting number
Dad's
11,
betting a
Cam
fortune.
Merritt.
Probably, yeah. Sure, he's spending more this week than I did.
Yeah, just plane tickets. What day is it? It's only
I know.
So we don't get them till Friday? Are you thinking we'll just send her some money and have them take the bus, or are we gonna go down there?
Probably go down there, right? What do you think?
What time?
3:55 or something, right? Is that what they get? I don't remember. Depends. Is there baseball on Friday? No. It's Good Friday or something. $3:55 they get back. Wait, to get them at 3:55?
Just take us an hour and a half.
Now batting number 6, Kirby Madsen.
Not even. I'd leave about.
I don't know how that works. Like, you can't
2:30?
just sit in that pickup area forever.
I
I'm sure
know.
there's like
But we'd leave at like 2:30.
oh, 2 is what I meant. I guess.
And leave because they can wait for us when they get back too.
Yeah, that's true.
Then we just pull out.
Yeah. I won't get home till, I don't know, 5:30 or 6 tomorrow.
Why?
I don't know, maybe school, mom can't show up till 4. Or even that.
Now batting number 1,
That stinks.
Sam O'Leary.
Yes, you'll be here, so. Maybe 4:30.
date this weekend?
20th?
Do we got anything going on?
Easter, I don't know, my mom's hanging around. She walks, well, we don't celebrate Easter. It doesn't matter to us. It's like we need to
Yeah.
do anything really. But I don't know. They were going to be up north. They're going to take Emma and Grant up north with them on Friday and then pick up Grant's Jeep and then come back on Saturday or Sunday.
Oh,
And
was she thinking of cooking something?
well, I said, well, yeah, we could come over. And then she said, well, Lindsay kind of wanted to thought they'd all go to Madison to, it's like,
To where?
Want to cook for
Yeah.
all of us people and have us all in our house. And then when I was like, yeah, I can't have a dog.
Oh God.
And you know, oh, my dog. I said, well, Lindsay's in the same boat. She has a dog too. Yeah, but they don't take care of their dog.
Now
Yeah,
batting
why
number
did it
2,
start?
They don't know really.
Wilkinson.
That's crazy. I suppose things like that. It's not like it's what?
Well,
Same
it's
precautions in it. It's so old.
I'm sure. Which people might visit now too that it's
That's true.
burned up. Crazy when they say 850. 7.
That's funny. You told me Gavin had that picture of that church, and then I saw it on his Instagram, and his caption too. What was the church?
What'd he say? Creepy building.
Making funny moves.
Oh God.
That picture you sent me of the kid looking chilly or whatever. I can't even decide who he looks like.
Gavin?
Because he's got his eyes squinted or something, but like somebody
Shrek?
show or something. I don't know. He looks old, like an old person. Not like a kid.
Now batting number 6, Eric Hughes.
You want some lessons here, just in case you ever gotta.
Baseball career's almost over.
I know. Just kind of right now. I have both kind of runners where he leads off and him in the shots, and then I would zoom in on that, but too slow. And that third baseman covers it. Can't really see past him too well. Yeah. Just like that. When did the Bucks play again?
Oh yeah, that's right. Wednesday. Oh yeah, because I knew that. Well, my boys would be home to watch it. Oh,
added one to my lunch because my lunch wasn't enough. But still gonna eat some dinner.
Funny. I mean, I'm glad you guys eat them and you count it as like many meals, but like.
Did that ball hit him?
It's funny how much we like. Oh shit. I felt like no kids to feed, how less money I spend. Lunches, or, you know. God no. Yeah, right? I know. Feeds him like 2 meals a week.
Now batting number 16, Micah Overley.
Just 7, right?
Yeah,
It's been a long time.
but there's only one out, 2 on base. I mean,
Oh, you're saying they could hit another 3-2?
yep. Gavin gets so mad when it's like 9-0.
Down hard. Gotta get to a backup spot. Right there. Right there. Now batting DH, number 10, Ryan Hurst.
2.
And then 2 more games this week.
3 more. Saturday. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
It's Saturday before Easter. That seems strange.
Yeah, versus Burlington.
Okay. Is that here? Oh, then how are we? Oh, Saturday. Jeez.
It's away.
It's away. Devin played soccer that one time. Chocolate town. Chocolate town. What?
Just gotta move it with your whole body. Follow the ball.
Now batting number 14, Dylan King. Now batting number 17, Brent Lucas.
How that go? Oh, man, it said it was like 93%. It's impossible.
Wait, better in your.
GoPro.
Oh. Like, you thought it should be at 100?
Should have been 0.
Oh.
Like I was recording for an hour. They only last like
Now
an hour
batting
and
number
15
18,
minutes.
John Simon.
I'm all nervous. What'd you do when that ball went over there? Did you zoom in? Then it said it had to repair a file. So. We're just placed to warm up.
batting number 12, Gavin Keelan. Now batting number 14, Connor Clark. Now batting number 2, Keegan Christensen. Now batting number 6, Eric Hughes. Now batting number 5, Peyton Meyer. Now batting number 7, Casey Stone. Now batting number 8, Jared Emerson.
Thursday night, Friday. Where I had been at
Now batting number 11, Taz Mayer. Now batting number 4, Clark Smaling. Now batting number 1, Dan Blumgren. Now batting number 16, Micah Overly. batting number 11, Preston Tuffmall.
He's got 2 outs. He can't go anywhere without the hitter. Get the hitter.
Now batting number 6, Kobe Madsen.
All right, let's get a couple guys out.
Now batting number 13, Bryce Hughes. Now batting number 14, Dylan King.